Hello. Right then. I am so ready for this. I've got my coffee, I've got my planner, and well, that's it really, but that's all I need. So if you're up for seeing what is in this tiny little planner, then stay tuned. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I've set up and also how I've tweaked the ring situation on this little mini Filofax in Ochre. If you saw my unboxing video of this, you probably hear the point in the video, if you just listen very carefully, that my heart sunk as I noticed that there was a tiny little gap in the rings, and the ring mechanism in the Filofax didn't really sound that great, and I was worried, and I thought, oh no, this is faulty. And then I was just super panicked about the stock, and I thought I could reach out to Filofax and say, can I have another one? But I was just worried about it being delayed or just not having the stock there to send back and getting a refund. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try and make it work, because that's useful information too, isn't it? Because I thought, well, if you've got one of these and you're in a similar situation to me and there's a little ring gap, if I can fix it, I can show you what to do and how it looks afterwards. And then who knows, if the ring mechanism eventually dies on me, I can tell you how long it lasted. I hope it doesn't. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I've done. So, if you haven't seen one of these before, if you've just randomly clicked onto this, let me just take my hands out of shot for a minute. You'd be forgiven for thinking that was a regular size planner, wouldn't you? It's not. It really is not. Look, here is a top down of my cup of coffee for comparison. Look, it's mug sized. Look at that, it's so cute. This is not a massive mug of coffee, although that has been known to happen. It's just a regular size mug over there. This is just tiny. So the Filofax Mini, or rather mini ring planners, because Van der Spek does one the same size as well, are so small. And I've had two of these before, and I've only ever used them as wallets. They have a page size of 67 millimeters across and 105 millimeters long, so they are incredibly small. Don't forget in that you've got the margin for the holes and any page printing as well, so it's actually a little bit smaller than that you get to write on. So let me show you. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. Oh, there we go. This is the planner. Oh, I love this one. Do I say that every time? I really love this one, but I really, really, really do. I was setting it up as a bit of an experiment because I thought, there's no way I can use this for a week. There's no way. This is for a wallet, and that's it. These do make really great wallets, I think, because you've got the little zipper compartment there. You've got the back pocket that you can keep your notes in and stuff, and they've got plenty of card pockets as well, so they make wonderful wallets as far as I'm concerned. But I thought, really, can you plan in these? Can you actually use these? I thought, I'm just gonna have a go and I'm gonna set it up. And the more I was putting in it, and when I print off a new insert that I've designed, I like to just give it a quick scribble and a quick test out to see if I've got things like the line height right, and the grid squares the right kind of size for my writing. And every time I write on it, I thought, oh, that feels quite nice, doesn't it? So I'm really intrigued to see how this is going to work. So after I've gone through the setup with you, I'm going to be recording straight away, mainly because I can't wait any longer. I'm going to be recording a plan with me video where I'm going to be writing in this for the first time and seeing if it does actually work or whether I was just completely deluded, but I hope it does. So let me just show you what I've got in here from start to finish. And as I go through, I'm going to tell you what I've done to try and make this mini size work, because this is not just everything I've got already sized down. I don't really think that's the best thing to do when you've got a really small planner, because sometimes things that work for bigger layouts don't work so much when this is really small. So here goes. So in my front pockets then here, since this is not being used as a wallet, I'd normally put things like my cards in here, like just tucked behind if I wanted to keep it pretty at the front. But instead I've got some task cards. This is for when I get a little bit slumpy. Do you feel me? You know, those days when you just wake up and you think, what am I doing in my life? Oh my God, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. So this is my card to remind me, come on, get back on track. This is what you need to be doing. So that has got a very, very prominent situation there. So here I also have my term dates, because since I'm not a teacher now, I live in perpetual fear of missing the start or end of term. As you'll know, if you've watched any of my other previous videos, the horror. And as well as that, then going forward, I've got 4 different tabs. Can you see that? This was a bit of a decision right here to make it work for the smaller size, because I was going to do 4 across. Now I do tend to do the 4 top tabs in my clear dividers, but they're just so small, and I quite like having big text. It might be because of my age, I don't know, but I just like my text that little bit bigger these days. No judgment. So I've decided to go for a 2 tab layout and then another one, so that makes 4 if you're on the ball this morning. If you got that sum right, well done. Nice, you clearly exceeded me this morning. And then I've got in the front my regular clear cover. I like to just protect that first little page, and also I tend to do my dashboards matte. I just like the feel of them. I just can stroke them quite happily, but this just puts a nice little shiny cover on it, and it makes you feel like it's all just finished and just done. So here we go then. I've got my inbox section here. I've gone for a tropical green theme, kind of similar if you remember seeing last year's setup, but this is more green. This is green. They're really, really green. I'm feeling the need for green at the moment. That's not some sort of like weird euphemism. But I'm doing my garden and I'm currently obsessed with plants. I'm terrible with plants, so really I should be thinking brown rather than green, because that's how they end up. But I just wanted a pop of colour. So here we go. I have my vellum, more vellum, and what I've got here are my inbox inserts, again resized. What I've done with these is I've taken off any kind of tick list I've got on the side. I'm just going to cross this out when it's done, and I've also squished the number of boxes I've got in here as well. I've left them blank because I haven't really decided how I'm going to be using this. I did intend to use this just for a week, just to try it, but I don't know if it might be longer at this rate. But anyway, so I thought maybe I'm going to add something like later, or schedule, or now, or this week, or something like that, or maybe a project one. I got to think about that. So I've got my inbox inserts here. So I've got some more vellum to split up the different sections. So as you can see, I've got some just really, really basic paper with heading space on the top. I really love having just a space for a dedicated title, because I tend to be so messy. Any kind of structure just helps just see where things are supposed to go. And I've got some more vellum just here. Again, I just add total shelf envy, because look how healthy their plants are. And then I've got some tasks at the back as well. So this is kind of all I want from this inbox. In my spring setup, I'm really enjoying having my online order tracker and appointments and all of that kind of stuff. But have you got your hands on one of these little Filofax planners yet? The rings are teeny. Look, they're so small. Apparently, they are bigger than they used to be by a whole 2 millimeters. I did not even notice that, but they are really small. So to make sure that the pages turn nicely, I haven't wanted to bulk it out too much. So that's one of those little things I've done just for this size, but there's more. Stay tuned. Incidentally, if you find anything useful in this video, if you're watching and going, I might do that, can you give me a like, please? It really helps me to know what kind of content that you prefer to see. So if you like seeing this one, then give me a like. And if you're new here, I forgot to say welcome, hello. And if you like what I'm doing so far, maybe you consider subscribing so you can join me. There's a lot more where this came from. I tend to change my mind every couple of weeks, to be fair. So there's a lot more of this. Anyway, So my inbox then, as I was saying, is kind of streamlined, and it's literally just inbox scribbles, not even notes, just like temporary scribbles. You know, if you kind of like have one of those situations where you just drove into someone's car by accident, it's like, let me give you my phone number. This is what I would give. So, not that I intend to do that. That would be terrible. But anyway, temporary scribbles is what I was saying. So we then have the daily section. And yes, the daily section made it across to my tiny planner. I've been flip-flopping from, am I a daily planner? No, I hate daily planning. I love daily planning. What do I think about daily planning? I'm in favour of daily planning at the moment. I might not be in my next video, but I am at the moment. So in my daily section here, I've got a task card, and let me just show you. Oh, did you see that? What I've done with this one, because this is a bit of a small planner hack thing. So let me just take this out. So this is one of my regular task cards. This is a standard credit card size. So it's 55 by 85 millimeters. And what I tend to do normally in a normal person size planner, I just literally whack it in a self-adhesive pocket and just stash it on a dashboard or clip it or something like that. But my little self-adhesive pockets are a little bit too big, so I've cut it down and just snipped off that side there and stuck it on here. Can you see that? So the open side is the one that's facing the ring, so I know nothing's going to fall out. And if I push this all the way in there like that, can you see that it just leaves, can you see that on there? It just leaves enough for the rings as well. And all I've done, because I like using these as a bit of a bookmark maybe, or I like being able to take it out, but I've just put little slits in the rings so I can just snap it out. This is, if you've spotted it, the same as this clear cover. I just really love doing this. I think this is just really helpful. And the other thing about making this size planner work for you is, my tip would be, set it up and plan on never opening the rings again. Or at least until you finished, because this is very page flippy or page springy, or whatever the word is for that thing where you open your planner and it all goes everywhere, and it's just you just got this disintegrated planner in front of you. So anything that I wanted to take in and out, I've put slits in the pages. So I'm just gonna stop and take a breath. Are you joining me for a coffee today? If so, feel free. Cheers to mug size planners. Look at that, mug size planners. Okay, I'm back. This will keep me going. Right, so my daily section then, with some more vellum as well. Excuse the state of my bookmark. I tend to try and repurpose as much as I can. And I found this really, really, really sad looking bookmark with a little splodge of extra glue, and it had been folded up. And I'm like, no, it matches. I'm going to use it. I'm going to show it some love. So I've repurposed it and trimmed it. So if I can just show you my daily layouts at the moment, these have been really working for me lately in the personal planner. Love this. So grids are definitely my happy place. I don't know what it is about these grid inserts. I like seeing the grid. I think it's because I'm so messy. I just like that order that I can't give it with my regular handwriting. So I tend to write the date, and at the top I tend to write things that I'd like to get done. And because I'm so terrible at this, I have an ideal list rather than a to-do list, because what I intend to do and what I actually end up doing are two different things, and who needs more shame and guilt, huh? So it's an ideal list, and then if there's anything that's urgent or any plans for the day, I tend to write it on there as well. And then I like to know where my next meal is coming from and what I'm going to be eating next. That is most of the purpose of my day. What am I going to have for my food? So I tend to like to have my meal planner on there as well. So I think that's going to be enough space, to be fair. I really do, but we'll see. And then at the end of that one, I've got my weekly section. This is another one where it's one of those, this is interesting. This makes it work. So, and again, with the front of this, I've got this similar clip-in, take-out task card thing with all of my weekly things that I don't want to just be writing again and again and again. But it's the stuff that I think, oh yeah, I did want to try and do that every week, didn't I? So, if you noticed on this one, I always put make contact. I'm not some sort of like fanatic on aliens. That's just, I have to be reminded to talk to people that I don't live with, because I think I'm just like a natural hermit. I'm like, oh yeah, other people outside of my house exist. Oh yeah. Terrible. Oh my goodness. Is anyone else like that? Is it just me? Anyway, so I've got more vellum here, again with the tropical vibes, because I'm not feeling very tropical right now. It's grey in the UK today. Well, it is here anyway. So my weekly planners then, let me show you. And yes, this is what we're doing. Let me just take this little guy out as well so I can show you what I've got. Right, so let me just yoink. This is how I intend to use them. I intend to write on these when they're out of the planner, when I set it up. And can you see, I had a bit of a moment with these. I thought, wait a minute, if I do a fold out, that's actually really wide. Do you know that one page in here, if it's a fold out, is actually by 1 millimeter wider than personal wide? That's bonkers, isn't it? That is a lot of space. And this 2-column layout here is actually way more than I'd have in personal size. So I'm really intrigued. I've got a feeling that this is going to be more than enough space, which, considering this is a mini, that it just doesn't sound right. I've got to test that out, but I think it might be okay. And what I was hoping to do with these, I've left them all completely blank because I do tend to change my mind from one week to the next. I thought I was going to write the week on here, any kind of priorities or things to remember or things to make time for, that kind of thing. I was going to do a weekly meal planner here. That could be tasks, but I think that might be my shopping list as well. And on the back, I've got room for a really serious amount of habit tracking. I might even write down sleep and like write down how many hours of sleep I've had, or all sorts of stuff. So yeah, that seems like that might work. So who knows? If you're interested, I'm going to be testing it out right after this video. So stay tuned. I could be eating my words. Never mind. So all I've got in here at the moment is, do you know, I can't even remember. 1 week and then 2, and then I've got some more vellum and I've got another layout. This one seems to be the most popular so far out of the new stuff. I quite like this one. I quite like this half and half, but I do want to have space for habits and tasks as well. I might not get around to using these. I just had them spare. I thought, well, I might as well. If by any chance that these ones are too small, or if I don't intend to use it but I want to use it for a bit of forward planning, this is where it's going to go. Okay, so monthly, right, carrying on with the theme. It is again very green. Here I've got my task card and, surprise surprise, some vellum with some plants on it. And again, oh hang on, I forgot to put my bookmark back in. I've discovered that I really like being able to just flip to the week that I'm on straight away, no messing. I don't know why. I'm not that important that I have to worry about a second, but there we go. Let me just smush that back in place, and here we go. So monthly again, I will just yoink these out so I can show you. Can you see these rings are starting to get a bit snug already, but I think they're okay. Oh, hang on, I've just realised I've got a bookmark on that one. I'll leave that in and I'll show you on another one. Here we go. I'll do this one. I have another bookmark, and again with the current theme, it's another one that got a bit blobbed. So I have that one too. Oh, and I've bizarrely just clipped my vellum to it as well. There we go. Right. So here is my monthly. Okay. So on this little one then, I was thinking I was going to write the month. This is not a task list because this is wider. This is for my important dates. and the bottom I might think about like priorities, that sort of thing. And I wanted to keep these quite flexible. So I've got, look at this, can you see the smudge on here? This is me not waiting for the ink to dry before I fold it. I always get the rejects, if you notice this. If there's like a page that's crumpled or a bookmark that's dirty or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'll have that in mine, it's fine, don't worry. So this one I thought I might have like projects or like tasks or general things, ideal tasks, that kind of thing. And then here I wanted to have like my month essentials, and on the back I wanted to have a monthly habit tracker there. And I think on this one, to be fair, I'm going to write down why I want to stick to that habit, like the one important habit I want to have. I always think if you can remind yourself why you're doing it, then, and have that right next to the habit tracker, then it's that extra reminder, isn't it? Like, this is important to you, you need to try and do this. So anyway, this is inside, and look at the size. That is crazy. So yeah, I'm surprised that it's that much room, to be fair. Like, this is a generous size, I think. Again, it's that whole personal wide dimension that is crazy. So I'm thinking that fold outs are going to be the key. So if you've been tempted with a mini planner, but you've just thought, well, it might be too small, maybe this is for you. I don't do fold outs in everything. I certainly don't do them in like A5 or personal wide or B6 or whatever. But when you've got the narrow or really small pages, it feels like a cheat, but it just really works. It really helps. So I've got my notes section just here. More vellum, surprise, surprise, and notes. Note paper, who knew, in a note section. And towards the end, this is where it gets a little bit sneaky. So I've got some more very green looking vellum, and I have to tell you about this. So I was watching Marianne's video. I will link her channel down below. Marianne, oh, she's just so lovely. I could listen to her talk all day. She's got the absolute best accent. She's from South Africa. Oh, I love her. And she had got her husband's card holder, and she hacked it up, and she got the pages and she hole punched them, and she was using her mini planner as like a taxi wallet with all of her loyalty cards and all of that kind of thing. Oh my god, I felt it when she was doing that. I thought, yeah, I have that many loyalty cards too. And she just made all of these extra pockets. I thought, oh, that's genius. So I had to try it, and it works so well. I didn't want to use the pockets in this for stickers like I normally do, because, well, I might use it for a wallet. It's the sort of thing where if I'm going somewhere and I want to just take this with me, I'm going away for a couple of days next week, so I thought, well, it'd be nice to take this with me, wouldn't it, really? Take it on holiday. It's not really a holiday, but you know. And yeah, these stickers, they're not going anywhere. Like, they can jiggle about a little bit, but because the opening is there, it's fine. So this is a good tip, and it fits. Look at that. And then here I just made a really simple little wallet to, again, hold my repurpose Upsy stickers that didn't quite turn out or just were a little bit yucky with the print quality. So I've got loads of those in there. That holds an awful lot in the back there, so that should be quite useful. And again, that's fine. I mean, it's a bit of a homemade jobby, but it does the job fine. And in the back, I've repurposed my washi holders from my summer video. Literally going through my summer planner and going, right, what can I reuse? And I've got the bigger one in the back because it wouldn't fit in the pocket, but hey, what are back pockets for, huh? So there we go. And my extra tip would be, the pen holder in here is so snug to the side of your inserts, so I wouldn't recommend any side tabs in this planner anyway, if you like to use your pen loop. And also the Malden pen loops are so snug because they're not elasticated, and I think it's the way that they're sewn in, they tend to be so tight. I'd got some mini slim pens to add to the shop, and I couldn't bring myself to listen because they were blue ink inside and I just can't do blue ink. So I had one and I thought, well, it fits perfectly. Shall I use this? So I bought one of the Filofax pens to go with, and on the first try it did not fit in, and oh my goodness, I was gutted. But it will. These pen loops stretch a little bit, so I think with more use these are going to be okay. So if you try and put a pen in here first time and you think, good lord, that is never coming out, I think it will. I think it'll be fine. Just give it a good wiggle. So there we go. So that is my whole setup. This will shut ish, I think. There we go. I've crammed in, look at that, I've crammed in as much as I possibly can in this planner. Like, there really isn't anything else going in there, but I wanted to make it as close to a normal planner as I absolutely could. So the question is, what happens when I write in this thing? So that is what I'm going to be trying out next. I'm going to have another few slurps of my coffee, and then I shall resume filming and try and write in this thing. So if you are intrigued, then stay tuned, and I'm sure it'll start auto-playing next. If you want an excuse to sit and do nothing for the next 15 minutes, then feel free, use me, that's totally fine. And if you have found this useful, then let me know. If you are team mini planner and are just loving it, again, drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know if I have missed any tips that could make this work brilliantly. I'm all about it at the moment. This is great. I love it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Okay. Bye-bye.